Hey guys, so today we're checking out the low profile hard trifold tonneau cover fitting all 2016 and newer Toyota Tacomas. So if you're in search of some extra security for the bed of your truck while also getting a tonneau cover that has a very sleek look to it, this is going to be a great choice to take a look into. Now, tonneau covers and bed covers have a number of different benefits, and essentially what this is going to do is cover up everything inside your bed to make sure that it is safe and sound from any unwarranted weather or any prying eyes. Now, I do like the fact that this is a hard cover, so it is going to provide a little bit more security to someone who is looking for that in comparison to a soft cover, which are not invincible. Now, this is very durable, made of an aluminum construction. It's also going to be very low profile, giving you a very sleek look out of the tonneau cover and also helping out with your aerodynamics. Now, I personally really like the fact that it's made of aluminum because it's going to offer that heavy duty strength out of a tonneau cover, but it's also going to be very lightweight and easy to use and easy to operate. Now, speaking of the operation of this tonneau cover, this is going to have a very user-friendly design. That's what I really like about the aluminum construction. It's very lightweight and easy to operate. We're going to have a couple of cables in the back that all we need to do once we open the tailgate up is just pull down, unlatch it, we can fold it back, and we can clip it in the back as well. So if you are carrying any larger items, you can drive with it open and you can have a little bit of peace of mind knowing that it is safe and sound and attached when it is fully folded. Now, with that being said, this is going to come in at roughly $850, which is a pretty average price for a hard trifold tonneau cover. Now, in comparison to some other options on the page, there are a number of choices for tonneau covers, ranging from soft to hard covers, roll-ups, retractable covers, and trifolds like this one. Now, this is going to be a very common option just because it's very user-friendly. It is going to provide a lot of security. Some of the soft options are not going to provide as much security, and then some of those really expensive choices are usually just going to have more intricate designs, like the retractable options, or even choices that have a locking key. Now, what I like about this is that it's a perfect middle ground. This is still going to technically be locked once you have the tailgate up and the tailgate is actually locked, so you really can't get into this if you don't want to, providing a lot of security, and it's going to be on the more affordable side for a hard trifold in comparison to some of those other choices that have those extra bells and whistles. Now, when it comes to install, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Again, this is a no fuss design. It's going to be pretty easy to get this thing on with some very basic hand tools. But before we hop into the actual install itself, I did want to give you a walkthrough on how you can operate this tonneau cover once you have it installed. So as it sits right now, this is completely closed. It's sealed up, like I said before. So once you open up your tailgate, you'll see that you'll have 2 cables here on the back. So we can pull those down and lift up this back panel. Now, what I like about this is the fact that you can have this back panel open and this can still be secure, considering we're going to have 2 more cables here. So if we pull this down, we'll be able to pull that one for the other side as well, and that will lift up the second panel. And then we'll have more space available. And then what we can do is just buckle it in the back to make sure that it's safe and sound while we drive with most of our bed open. Now, after you have done that, all we have to do is just flip it back down. These little spring-loaded retainers are going to go under the rail here. It's going to click. We can do it again. And we can close up our tailgate, and we'll be all set to go. So speaking of that install, let's hop into it now. The tools that I used for my install were a ratchet and a 1/2 inch socket. So the first step of this install is to install our seals on our header rail up front. Now, in order to do this, you will need to remove it. You'll need a T30 Torx socket or a Torx bit in order to remove the 5 bolts that are holding it on. Now, after you have it off, you can slide it up and peel back the 3M backing on the seal and pop it on either side. Now, I already have 2 installed, so I don't necessarily need to do this step. So what we need to do next is install our side rails. So what we can do now is slide our brackets into our existing rail. So we need to take off this cover here. We want to make sure that the curve is facing the inside. And we're going to place these, one in the back, one in the center, and one all the way at the front. So just slide that on down, and we'll adjust them in just a second. Keep one at the back here. Then we can take our side rail, making sure that the portion for the drain tube is facing the front of the truck. We can line it up on the side, making sure that it's all the way up against the back there, or the front, should I say. We need to line up our bracket.
All right, so once we have all of those threaded in, we can tighten them up with a 1/2 inch socket. And then we can repeat that on the other side.
So what we can do on each side before we install our tonneau cover is just put on our drain tubes. Now these are going to go on the back here, and I would recommend to drill a hole in the actual liner if you have a bed liner here. However, if you don't, there should be a little access hole down at the bottom here on either side. So we're just going to put that on either side. Get that in place. All right, so next we can kind of stage our clamps. We're just gonna bring our tonneau cover up and secure it down in the back. Okay, so we can lay our cover over the rails here, making sure that our seal is laying properly in the back. Just gonna fold it down to see where it sits, if we have to move it at all. Looks like it sits in a good spot, so we can fold it on back. Head underneath and secure it down. So next we can take our clamp for the back of our tonneau cover. So you want to make sure that the little hook part is facing the inside towards the rail. And we're going to take this bolt,
slide that into place, hook it onto the rail, and I'm just gonna hold it there, and we can tighten up this knob here. And you wanna make sure that it's in that little crease. And then once that is completely tightened down, we can repeat that for the other 4 brackets. So while we're on this side, we can do it over here. We can repeat that on the other side.
So at this point, if you want to keep your tonneau cover open, you can. All you have to do is take these buckles in the back and you can clip them onto the front. That's going to keep it secure while it's open on top of your bed. I'm actually going to flip it down and cover up the bed. So instead of just having them lay here, there is actually a clip right here to keep them secure. And then we can just fold it down. Now, as you can see, there are a couple of clamps. There is a wire that you grab, and this is going to go under the rail. And that's going to lock it in place so we can close up our tailgate, and we're all good to go. So that's gonna wrap it up for my review and install. Make sure you like and subscribe, and for more videos and products just like this, always keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.